Hello everyone, today we will see how to deploy simple fast API application on Docker. So for that, we will start with the small fast API application development using VS Code locally, and then we will containerize it and deploy on Docker. Okay? And run the Docker container locally. Prerequisite for this particular tutorial, Python and Docker should be installed on your machine. If it is not installed, please check on internet. It is very simple steps to install it. If this tutorial helps you, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe my channel. Let's begin. So prerequisite for this tutorial is we need to install Docker and Python. You can install both these applications from internet by going to the respective sites like Python and Docker, and you can download and install it. Okay, I hope like you have all both these application installed already on your application on your laptop and download and install. Okay, let's begin. So for this tutorial, I am using VS Code as a tool to write application and debug. Okay, so you can use any application as per your. So for this, I am using VS Code, and as you can see, like I have created one folder, my first API tab. Okay, so let's create all the files required for first API. So first of all, I will create one folder. Let's see, and inside that, I will print files. Okay, so first file I will create is main.py. Okay, so inside this, we will write our Python code, that is first API. Okay. This is just a demo first API app. So let's create. Instead of typing from scratch, I'm pasting the code so that we can go ahead and see the important part, that is dockerized this application and run from local. Okay, this is our fast API application, small application. So first of all, we are importing fast API, then initializing the fast API. I have added two different get methods. First get method is just to display hello world, and second get method is we are passing some number, and it is returning the result. Okay, it is just a dummy two functions, okay, for testing purpose. And after that, we are initializing UBCon. UBCon, as you know, like this is a web server for Python and other type of frameworks in Python. Okay, so it is very lightweight and useful for local testing. After this, we will create requirement.txt file. In that file, we will mention all the modules which is required by this fast API application. So let's create it in file, and we will write. So these are the two Python modules that is required in our fast API is the one, and second one is UBCon, which is the lightweight web server to run this application. Okay. So now let's run this application locally without Docker, and then we will run through Docker. Okay, we will create a Docker file and run through with Docker. Okay, so before running this application, we need to first create a virtual environment. So let's create a virtual environment. Okay. Virtual environment, you know, VENV. So it is very useful. It maintains all the modules which is required by our application locally instead of installing it at the global level. So there are a lot of issues that may occur because of installing at global level. Okay. So to avoid that issues, we will install this application using virtual environment. So run to install in local environment, we need to run few commands. Okay. So those commands are, so first of all, we need to install the VNV. So this is one of the like tool you can say to create virtual environment. So let's first install this. So now it got installed. Okay. So after that, let's create virtual environment. I'm getting this issue, and due to script execution policy of PowerShell. To resolve that, I will run this command first. Okay, that will allow to run any script that we have downloaded from internet. Okay. After that, I will again execute this. Okay. So now you can see now this is showing here VENV. That means virtual environment has been set up for our application for this FastAPI application. Okay, so let's run Python install, okay, from requirement.txt file. So, for that we will run this one. Okay, pip install that's requirements.txt requirements.txt. Okay, so we are referring this file. In this file we have mentioned these two modules, Python module, which has been used in our main.py. Let's run it. So it is downloading and installing both the modules locally in VM. If you see here, it created this folder, and inside this folder it will install all the required packages that is required by our application. Okay, instead of installing it at the global level. So if we install all the applications required by multiple applications, the global level, there are chances of rewrite or overwrite of existing packages and some clashes between the packages. Okay. To avoid that, we use virtual environment. Okay. So I think both has been installed properly. Now let's move ahead and run it locally. Okay. To run it locally, like what we need to do, we by using like Visual to run this application, we need to write the command Python main dot. So this particular file main.py is present inside SRC folder. So that's why we are writing Python SRC main.src. So you can see now Unicorn server web server has been started and our application is running at 8004. Okay, so let's go on our browser right here, localhost 8000, and you can see here it is showing the result. First, like slash, if you remember this thing slash is there, so this is the default one. Okay, slash. Okay, so default one automatically it is showing the result hello world. Okay, but other function is there, get function is there. In that case we need to we can call by slash item and we can pass any number and it will result a dummy result. Okay. So let's see how it is working. Slash item slash take example, it is showing the result. Okay. So these are two, this is a very simple example we are seeing in FastAPI. So two get methods are there and this application we have built by using FastAPI. Okay, so this is very simple. Now main idea is to deploy this application into Docker and run that container, Docker container locally. So let's begin with that. So first of all, we need to create a Dockerfile locally. Inside that, we will mention all the commands to create a Docker container for this application. Okay. So first of all, create a Dockerfile. Okay. Simple Dockerfile. And inside that, we will write the code, Docker code. Okay. So whatever is required. First of all, like instead of typing from scratch, let me paste here all the command and we will go through it line by line. Okay, so first of all, like from I have mentioned and Python 3.1, this is our base image. Okay, and on the top of this base image we are creating our own container, custom container. Okay, so where this application will be deployed or running through. Okay, so this is the 3.11 version of Python image full, and it is a slim version. If you don't, you are not sure which version you should use or from how to get this thing. So for that you need to go Docker Hub. So there is a Docker Hub, one Docker registry is there, where all the containers of different applications is present. Okay, whatever you want to search, you can search or get from. Okay, so if you search here Python, it will show all the images which is available. related to Python. Okay. So let's click on this. So this is official uh, uh, provided Python version. Okay, this image, and this is particular, and this is the Python image, and these are different tags are there with the different versions. Okay, 3.15, I think this is the latest one, and after that you can get all the old one also, old versions also, 3.12, 3.11, 3.10. Okay, different versions are there. You can go through it, and whatever version you want, you like to use, just click on that. Like we are using Slim. Okay, so consider this is one example. Okay, just click on that. It will show how to use it. Okay, so go back. Okay. And this is one version. Just click on this. Okay. All right. So, so it is showing like how this particular version has been created. Okay. So instead of that, what you can do, just you can copy this particular name, and you can directly use in your application. Okay. Python is the name of the our like the base image. This is the version. Okay, like this. But we will stick with the 3.11 still. Okay, and after that we are setting /f as a working directory. Okay, where all the installation will happen. Okay, and our application will run. After that we are installing requirement.txt file. Okay, so this is getting copy from local. Okay, requirement .txt. It will get copied into inside our image. Okay, and after that we are installing whatever requirement.txt. The same steps we are following like what we did locally. First we like install all the packages, and after that what we are doing dot means copy from the local into the image. Okay, so this is all the files this is present. Okay, and after that expose, we are exposing this particular code, and again we are running unicorn inside this particular container. Okay, unicorn, we want to run this command unicorn and src main.app. Okay, and we are hosting on this particular like address, and this is the port we are exporting. Okay, so this is how we have created this. But before like creating Docker image, we need to create one more file, and its name is docker ignore. I will explain why this file is required. Docker. So this file. So if you see here, like there are a lot of folders automatically get created, like virtual environment. This is required only when we are running our application locally. It is not required when we are deploying it or like running through Docker, because Docker will automatically create download all the required packages automatically. There is no need to pass this local packages inside the Docker image. Okay? So for that, we need to ignore this particular folder or any other folders which is present. If you like to ignore, and if you don't want to copy all those files inside the Docker, in that case you can use docker ignore. Inside the docker ignore, you need to write the command whatever file you want to ignore. Okay, so take example like these are the particular folders and files that we want to ignore. We don't want to copy inside the Docker. Okay, so first of all, like env, so it is the same file. Okay, and other files also I have mentioned which could be present in your case, but in our case we like this file is maybe like dot it is also present that we want to ignore dot git ignore file, readme file. Okay, all these files. So this is done. Our application is ready. So let's build a Docker image. I have stopped web server, and that was running locally. Okay, so I have stopped that. And after stop, if I go here and refresh it, it will show error message that it is not present. Okay, it is not because I have stopped uh, uh, the website Python. Okay. So let's create a Docker image. Okay. Create a Docker image. What is the command? Docker build. We need to give tag. Consider like fast API okay, dot. So this is the command. Okay, we are giving the tag, we are building the image. Okay, and dot is means it is searching for a Docker file with the current location. Okay. Now you can see like it has started. It will pull the base image, and top of that it will copy our files and everything inside the Docker image. Okay, and it will create the Docker image. Let's wait for a few minutes. So now you can see our Docker image has been created and it is successful. Let's check the Docker image. Yes. Okay, it is showing all the images that is present locally on my machine. So we have recently created fast API dash app. Okay, it is showing latest that and 90 seconds ago it has. Now let's run this image. As you know, like we have created our application, and on top of that we created this Docker image. Okay? So our application, instead of running directly from our machine, now it will run through Docker and Docker container. Okay, so that we can pass on this Docker container to our colleagues, or even we can install this particular Docker container in Kubernetes or in cloud application in AWS or Azure. So first let's run this locally and check whether it is working fine. Okay. So for that Docker command is Docker run. We are exposing the port, as you remember we have exposed it run inside the Docker image. Same port we are going to export from host machine. Okay. And give the name of the image. Okay. And that is okay. So if you see from the Docker, we are getting this log. Okay, and it is showing that it has started. Unicorn server has started from Docker. Now it is not running from our like VS Code or our local machine. It is running through Docker, which is installed on local machine. Okay. So let's go back again and refresh same URL which we run previously. Now you can see, and now our Docker has been set up, Docker image has been set up properly, and our application is running through Docker container. Okay, if I remove this, if I run this, you can see here it is showing the correct result. So, so everyone, like this is how we can Dockerize or containerize our application. In this case, we have containerized our fast API and running through Docker. So it is very simple process. Just we have to follow some basic steps, and like this, you can create Docker image for any application. In our case, we have done for fast API, but you can do similar for any application, .NET, Java, or Python, Django application, or other frameworks. Okay, so that's it from my end. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe my